everybody. Welcome to a new episode of Revolution Talk. My name is Zeta Seti. We are here at MJUnpacked live in Las Vegas. And I'm here with Alex Rizk from Elevation Resorts and Hotel. How are you?
Very good, very good.
Great, man.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, for sure. So tell us a little about what you guys are doing in the space.
So originally, Elevations Hotels and Resorts is actually a new hotel boutique brand.
Okay.
Lifestyle of boutique hotels that is also cannabis inclusive.
Awesome.
So our background comes from hotel in general. We are a hotel brokerage firm. The mother company is called Pro Hospitality Group.
Okay.
And that has hotel brokerage, hotel investments, ownership and operations.
Right.
And our new addition to the company was creating the brand called Elevations Hotels and Resorts. And Elevations Hotels and Resorts is our own brand that we have 2 of our hotels. Out of the 10 hotels we own, 2 of them are now Elevations Hotels and Resorts. And our goal was to create a lifestyle wellness brand that is cannabis inclusive, not necessarily cannabis centric, but cannabis inclusive, and try to really help with the destigmatization of the use of cannabis.
Amazing, amazing. It's a really important path forward too as well, because you don't see any hotels out there really catering to this. You know, the hospitality sector of our industry, where people can safely consume, get education on products, and really just helping them have that overall experience.
Yep, absolutely. And then the brand itself also has a loyalty and a member platform called Elevation Nation.
Elevation Nation?
Elevation Nation. So Elevation Nation has we have a catering and event company within it. We have the hotel brand. That's part of it. So our members have access to our hotels, and you don't need to be a member to go to our hotel, but you have discounts, and you're part of kind of a royalty program. Our hotels will all have a cannabis smoking lounge in them.
They'll have a consumption lounge.
In order to attend the lounge, you absolutely need to be a member of Elevations Nation. So that's one of the perks that you will have access to a ton of online contents, education, recipes. We have an in-house chef network right now. So we can do infused dinners at your house, at our properties, special events. So we gather it all. And our members have access to this as well, sometimes for free, sometimes for a discount, depending on the event that we're attending.
So when it comes down to, let's just say, like even compliance detail around having cannabis inside of a hotel like this, and the consumption lounges too as well, how are you guys addressing that? Via compliance and security around it?
So, good question. So we have a lot of attorneys to start with to help us out with this.
Yes.
So our legal bills weren't small at the beginning.
Of course.
It depends on the jurisdiction. A lot of them happens between the states and the city, and we navigate through this depending on where we are. So, for example, one of our locations here in Las Vegas, we won't be able to have a consumption lounge until we get the proper licensing,
of course,
or the definition of our private membership is defined in the law. So that's the few things that we are trying to work around that. In terms of the rooms, it's a little bit easier because most rec states allows consumption in your residence.
Yes.
And once you check in at your hotel, this is your residence for the night.
And it's a private residence, so it's not subject to the same regulations.
So we don't allow smoking in all of our rooms. So we have specific cannabis rooms that we allow smoking in. So we can call them smoking room if you want, but we don't allow tobacco. It's only for cannabis. So because the cannabis smoke doesn't stick around, the smell is easy to control and easy to remediate.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult to do that with tobacco. So so we have certain rooms that we allow
cannabis consumption in.
Cannabis consumption, and not everybody.
Right. And do those have like an iPad in it where you can order? And basically it comes up to your room.
It's not 100% all laid out, but this is what we're trying to work on as well. So again, depending on the legalizations of the city. So for example, in Phoenix, we can do that here, but in Phoenix we can't because delivery is not going to be legal for another 2 years. So they're expecting recreational delivery to be legal in 2024 or 2025 in Phoenix. So what we do is have a partnership with a dispensary, have that iPad to pre-order, and then have a shuttle service to bring you to your dispensary.
Right. Well, it's no different than like delivering off your phone or something. You know, where
That's right.
like where you have it delivered to your hotel room.
Yep.
You know, have a concierge bring it up to you. Maybe some some food, some munchy stuff. Like I can see like just unbelievable opportunities in this space.
Right.
I've explored it a little bit myself. It's really exciting to hear that Elevation is just taking a step forward on this.
And we are really working on getting all the money that we can to renovate those hotels, to make them first-class hotels as well.
Awesome.
So there's a lot of things that are happening. I think the brand will have a better representation by the next quarter of 2023, with the properties being renovated.
Right.
So, and we're hoping to acquire 3 more next year.
Wow.
So our real goal right now would be LA, San Diego, and Palm Springs.
LA, San Diego, and Palm Springs.
Palm Springs,
These
yeah.
are the next 3 that you're doing. And
That's
currently,
what
right
I'm
now,
going
you have
after.
2 in Vegas.
Correct. You have 1 in Vegas, 1 in Phoenix.
Oh, 1 in Vegas, 1 in Phoenix.
Phoenix, yes,
Awesome,
correct.
man! You're expanding very, very
Yeah,
quickly.
that's what we're trying.
And so the future of this, I mean, you guys obviously want to expand across the country, build the brand, create the experience. It's not, are you guys including entertainment in that too as well? Or?
Tons. That's what the Elevation Nation's there for. So we have our own chef network for private dinners. We have concerts that we're catering to on and offside the property as well. We have parties. We have our property here is the Artisan Hotel that's being converted.
Yes.
So at one point, it was known for the best after parties in all of Vegas,
Right.
and the previous ownership had stopped that about 6 or 7 years ago, and we want to bring this back in a big way. So
That's amazing.
So 3-4 times a week, we're going to be, the best after parties as well. So we're coming back.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And when did you guys start doing this and start developing this project?
So that is, for good or bad, it was a result of COVID, truly. We bought the property in Phoenix in 2019, January 2019.
Okay.
And we had we were supposed to bring up the numbers, refinance, renovate this property, and bring it to the next level. And COVID, impacted us quite a bit, like it did everywhere. And at the tail end of 2020, when cannabis became recreationally legal in Arizona, we started to receive a lot of inquiries to do cannabis events in our hotels, or some groups, thought that you could put a dispensary in the hotel and whatnot.
Right.
Legally, that was not feasible, but we started to put our heads around, okay, well, there's a real demand for this. And we started to do private infused dinners on the rooftop.
Amazing.
Elevated Under the Stars. It was a 5-course dinner.
That's what's called Elevated Under the Stars?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, private dinners, celebrity chefs,
Wow.
5-course dinners, French cuisine, but infused with either oils, honeys, or other terpenes, and it was a hit. So we started to do more of these. We started to think, okay, well, what else can we do in terms of cannabis events? So we did bud tender bash, bud tender balls. Started to just allow the consumption of cannabis on the rooftop. Certain things like this, we have to play with the liquor license laws as well. So that was,
Of course.
that
I was asked about that. Like, how does it impact your liquor license when you have cannabis products, and does it violate any rules?
It really depends on where the property is. In Phoenix, we have to section off a portion of the hotel.
Okay.
So that's a little bit different per properties. But so we did that, and then started to say, okay, well, maybe we need some rooms that are good for cannabis. That hotel was always an eclectic, fun, boutique hotel anyways.
Yeah.
So it's not like we were gonna lose a lot of family business.
Right.
So we decided to convert 16 of our rooms. We have 105 there, so 16 of our rooms into cannabis rooms, two-room suites that we completely renovated with hard surfaces everywhere, hardwood floors, and the only things that could actually absorb the smoke really would be the bedding that we're changing every day anyways.
Well, wouldn't you have also a strong HVAC system in there with
did.
carbon filtration? I mean, did you include that too as well?
Correct. We changed all of the air filter systems. Plus, we added scrubbers.
Air scrubbers, yeah.
And it works really good for us. So
that's good.
Even if you're not a cannabis smoker and you wanted one of those rooms, you could, and you wouldn't be offended at all.
Well, typically what happens is you're walking down the aisle and you can smell it in the aisle.
So this specific hotel is actually pretty good for that because it's a courtyard style hotel. So you're walking into our hotel, our hotel lobby, you cross the lobby. Once you're in, we have a huge pool in the middle, and all the rooms are
around it.
so it's pretty easy.
Got it, understood.
And we have a rooftop bar on one section.
And so I want to unpack something you mentioned earlier about partnering with dispensaries and retail dispensaries, and then having your infused dinners. Okay, so I mean, is it the product shows up and the dinner's already infused? Are you infusing on site? That's one question I have, because obviously you probably need a license to do that.
No, that's right. So we actually work with one of our partners that have a license. Our chef dictates how certain oils or certain honey should be infused. They're the one who tests it at that location. Our clients, or whoever's participating in the dinner, actually has to buy those products from the dispensary. They bring their own, and we teach them how to infuse those. So
you infuse the products on site in terms of buying the products, but because I mean, we're talking about perishables here if it's a dinner, right? We're not talking about something that's sitting.
What's infused though, it's always the oils or the garnishments.
Got it. So it's all garnishings.
So when they come in, we teach them how to infuse themselves.
Perfect.
So what oil to use for a certain plate or a certain recipe.
Yeah.
Or add a little bit of honey to whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I've had some experiences at some of these dinners, like not necessarily in a hotel, but where people do have adverse reactions to too much.
Yes.
Where it's too much. And then also great dinners where they mix CBD and THC, so they do THC first, then CBD, because it kind of levels things out. Correct. Is that something of similar to your experience?
Very
okay, good.
And I was not a very heavy consumer, so I did the dinner without any CBD, and I just I wanted to try it full on.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a bad experience, but it really kicked my butt. So we do have that. They can dictate how much they want to use as well, because they are infusing themselves at that point. And we also, I don't know if you've heard about the brand called Undo.
What's it?
Undo.
No, I have
Undo.
not.
It's a CBD brand that has, as you know, you can reduce the effect of THC by taking CBD right away after.
Yes.
So there's a brand out of Phoenix that's called Undo. So
awesome.
Cheers to them.
Awesome.
So if you feel that you've done it too much, we have this on site to help out.
That's fantastic. It's very important. You're responsible for your patrons, right? Yeah. And sometimes things can get out of hand with this, because everybody titrates differently. Right? What affects you may affect me differently, even though we're consuming the same thing. So having that responsibility, very important for your resorts and very important for your people, right? So and lastly, what does the future look like of Elevation? Like, what does this look like?
Expansions.
Globally and otherwise.
Inspection. We want to expand. So the next three projects I mentioned, at least next year, that's at minimum what I want to be able to purchase is those three hotels, because they're crucial to the brand itself, and the recognition, and so once we have 4, hopefully 6 or 7 after that, and once I have that proof of concept really dialed in with the 6 properties, try to franchise and
franchising. See, so franchising is really the true.
That's really the end goal is the
And are you currently looking for investors right now to invest in this? Such a hot thing.
We always are.
Yeah.
We always are. So the investors with us can invest on the real estate portion of it, or the hotel side.
Right. Yes.
Or the brand itself, which is going to be not management. It's going to be the brand itself, the royalty program that is Elevations. So all of our properties are paying royalties to Elevations as well. So the investors can invest at the brand level if they want to, which is the event, the chefs, the paying memberships from our members, and the royalty from the hotels.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Alex, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for
Elevations, Resorts and Hotels. This is Revolution Talk. Thank you so much, Alex.